So I'm going to show you guys how you can make this really cool geek / Brainrot talking head effect. Super fire to be using in music videos. You can use it as like a little scene to chop it up, you know, put some B-roll in there. If you guys are new to the channel, my name's Jacob and I run the Tiny Tape shop where we sell editing packs, and we just released our brand new Geek Effects V2. You guys can create super fire geeked up visuals like you're seeing on screen right now in just a matter of a couple drag and drops. This will save you so much time while editing, and I highly recommend it because it has that brand new style that's been going crazy on the underground. But let's hop right into this video. So opened up in Photoshop first, we have this image of Che. We're gonna be using this to make the talking head effect. Now, you don't have to do it inside of Photoshop. You can actually do it inside of any editing program possible. Pretty much all you have to do is mask out his head and do a couple other things. That's possible in other programs, but it's just easier for me to do it inside of Photoshop. So just watch what I'm doing here, and I definitely guarantee that you could recreate it inside of your program. So essentially, I'm just gonna cut out his head. I'm using the lasso tool right here just to make it easier. I'm just gonna draw around his head, and it actually doesn't have to be perfect. I feel like the more perfect you make it, the less cool it's gonna look. The whole style, or the whole look for this style here, is for it to not be perfect. So we're gonna cut it out just like that. Press Command J to separate it, and you guys can see we have that right there. So what we could do on this side to make his dreads look a little bit better, or to maybe just like eliminate his dreads, we could either get rid of it, or we could just leave it. Totally up to you guys. So what we're gonna do now actually is we're gonna go ahead and grab the pen tool right here, and I'm gonna make a point right here and a point right here, and then just make points around and then connect them. Then you're gonna go ahead and right click, go over to make selection, hit OK. Then you're gonna press Command J again, click on this layer first, Command J, and then you're gonna have this separate layer right here. Now press Command Z if you ever moved it like I did. If you didn't move it, you're fine. You're gonna have just the chin by itself, and then you're gonna have it with the chin. Now you're gonna press Command, click on just the chin by itself. You guys can see it's highlighted. You're gonna click on the other layer right here, and then you're gonna hit delete. And you guys can see if I press Command Z, you could see just barely right here. If I hit delete, it deletes the chin from the original picture right here, and then we just have the one that we had right there. So it has like this weird outline that you can get rid of. I think it's on this one right here. So we're just gonna go ahead and erase it, turn the hardness all the way up, and just draw along here to get rid of it. Super sick. And essentially all you need to do now is just bring them inside of your program and make the mouth go up and down and move it side to side. So this is a cool image of Che to do it on, but I'm gonna see if I can find a different one to do it on super quick. So there's this other image of him I'm gonna do super quickly, and honestly, don't even worry about it being low quality. Like, it actually does not even matter if the image is distorted or anything like that, because like I was telling you guys, that's the whole style. Let's turn this one off and then start again with this one here. If you want to skip ahead and just watch me do it inside the editing program, you can do that, but I'm gonna cut this out one more time, and I'm going to use the pen tool this time just to show you guys some versatility. You're just going to click on it and drag around the points. If you want to make more of a precise cut and you like that look, you can go ahead and do that. The last one, I used the lasso tool because I didn't care as much, but this actually might come out a little bit better. It's all about trying things and messing around with it and making it your own, whether it's using the pen tool over the lasso tool, or maybe changing the colors or distorting it, anything like that. Just try and mess around and make it unique to you. You guys can see I'm literally just clicking and dragging, and it's making this like crazy path right here. So we're gonna go around, making sure we get his hair, and when it comes to his chin now, we're gonna make sure we get all of this. And we're gonna go back down here, get his hair. Even if you don't want to do his hair, you can do that as well, but I think it looks dope. And just follow along here, along the path. I've been using the pen tool for probably over a decade at this point. So I'm very fast with it, but I recommend you guys take your time. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be fairly close to the edge. Hit make selection. We're going to right click, select the inverse, and delete everything else by clicking on this. And you guys can see we have a talking head just like that. And this one looks way better. I'm going to go ahead and just remove that weird peak at the top because I actually don't like it that much. And boom. That one looks great. Way better than this one here. You guys can use both. Recommend maybe having like multiple faces, and then we could actually see his lips here. He's not making a weird face. So it's gonna be better for the cutout effect here. So now what we could do, another way of showing you guys how to do it, we can just grab the box tool here, and you could just draw a box just like that. And you could literally just move it like that, and then press Command J, and then grab your eraser tool and just erase the box from the second image. There's millions of ways to do things in Photoshop, and hopefully you guys learned something from that there. So now that we have these two, you guys can see we have a way better representation of it, and all we have to do now is bring it inside of our editing program. So to do that, what I recommend you guys do is turn off your background image just like so, and essentially there's a couple ways you can do this. Let me just show you the easiest way to do it. So we're going to turn off the one layer just so we have this one here, and we're going to press Command Option S, and we're going to go down to PNG. Make sure you save it as a PNG. You guys can save it up here, and I'm just going to call this one head, and we'll save it. Make sure it's a PNG. Turn the other one on now, turn the other one off, and then same thing, go over, PNG, call this one mouth, save it, hit OK. All right guys, so now we are inside of Premiere Pro, and I'm going to highlight our talking head, drag and drop it inside of our timeline, and then I'm just going to move it over to the side here at the very beginning, and boom, you guys can see we have it. I'm just going to bring them on top of each other, and then we'll resize it inside of effect controls. Once again, this does not matter what editing program you're inside of. All that matters is you could move around just like this. Exactly what I'm doing inside of my program here. The only thing that matters is being able to have keyframes and animate them. So we have this here, and the background is looking very plain. At the beginning of the video, I talked about my brand new editing pack, Geek Effects, and I'm gonna show you guys how it works right now. So we're gonna open it up right now, and you guys can see we have these crazy spirals. They're not loading, but they're all animated. So what I recommend you do with this is just put it behind your image, and you guys can see instantly like it adds animation, and then you animate the head behind it, and there's a bunch of different variations and versions of these. There's also these really cool layouts as well that you could merge with a spiral. So we could go ahead and move the width of this over, and then we have the spiral going on with this really unique look in the background. So with these going on in the background, let's go ahead and animate the head now. So we're gonna turn the mouth off for now, and we're gonna go to the very beginning and keyframe position, scale, and rotation. So we're gonna start with the rotation like this. We're gonna move it just so slightly to the left, making it -8, and then we're gonna move it to the right a couple frames and do it like that. So we're gonna see how that looks, and maybe we'll just eyeball and just move it back and forth like that. Now I'm gonna highlight these ones and just move them over to the side. And we're gonna have it repeat like a pattern, just like that. And you guys can instantly see we already got the animation kind of going there. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the best part about these kind of effects. They don't have to be perfect. And now you guys can see the mouth is not animated. So we're essentially gonna be copying this. We're gonna press Command C on it. Click on the bottom one, press Option Command V. This tab is going to pull up here. Click on motion, hit OK, and you guys are going to see the mouth is now going to follow what the head has in its motion path. And then all we have to do now for the position is just move the mouth up and down, just like that. So we already have our position scaled. We're going to go ahead and move it over a couple frames, move it down a couple frames, move it up, which looks super, super fire. I'm going to copy it and paste them over, just like I was doing with the other one, and boom, we have our talking head look just like that. Looks so fire. Now I'm gonna put you guys onto a couple other ways that you could spice this up as well. You turn that one off and just have the spiral going crazy, just like so. So to spice this up a little bit more, if you want to make it more distorted and deep fry it a little bit, you can go into effects here and search up unsharp mask, drag and drop this on here, and then go over to effect controls and literally just turn everything up so we can see that's already looking crazy. And then you could see the difference if you turn it on and off. It's more of a deep fried look and it matches the style. We're gonna paste that in the mouth one as well. There you go. And then another thing you could do as well is just crank the saturation. A lot of these looks just like absolutely kill the saturation, and you guys can see it just like that. Super, super fire. Another thing you could do as well is add a shadow. So we're gonna go ahead and put on a perspective drop shadow. And I find the one in Premiere isn't as strong as the ones in other editing programs. So what I wanna do, I'm just gonna turn it on and off just to see how much yes. You guys can see it's adding like the tiniest bit. I'm gonna turn the opacity like up, softness like way up, and then distance, turn that all the way up. And once that drop shadow is on there, we're gonna copy it and paste it on the other one. And now we have Shay with a talking head effect. I absolutely love this look. And if you guys are looking to get pre-made ones and don't even want to do it yourselves, you guys can see inside of our pack here, we have a ton of pre-made ones built inside of it. Just by playing through them here, you guys can see all the different unique looks and styles that you can get. Another thing I'll touch on super quick, which will be easy to do. You can see these ones are like super distorted and look weird. Another way you can distort it is throwing on a tint. So we'll throw a tint on the head, and you'll see it'll make it black and white. But if you change the map white to a different color, like we would do like red or something, not white, we want red. You guys can see it'll make it red, and you can play with the percentage just like that. Or another cool thing you could do as well is go to blend mode and make it exclusion. So that one's pretty trippy, and then just make sure the top one has exclusion and the bottom one is normal, and you get a look like that. So just mess around with the layers, mess around with everything. And if you guys do want the built-in talking heads, you guys can see they're inside of here just like that, or you can make them yourselves super simply like this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and use code GEEK to get $5 off the Geek Effects Pack V2. Thank you guys. See you in the next video. Peace.